just how Haitian immigrants are treated as the bottom of the barrel, as we've seen here in America, but not only here in America. We heard Jimmy Jean Lewis's account of growing up and how age was attached to Haitians. They needed to stick it to somebody, and they needed to stick it to the disease on somebody, a group of people who to them are less than. And for us, it's like Haitians have to pay for they have to pay every day of their lives for their freedom, for rebelling, for being the first Black country to rebel and win, and the free first Black republic in the world. We're talking about the world, okay? The world. And that's from the chains of our slave owners. And we don't play that, right? And that's why I'm allergic to slavery. That's just my DNA. That's in my DNA. I don't like.
That's right.
That's why I don't like my job. But and so I say this to say, but no, immigrants, Haitian immigrants, in America has even taught Black people who look just like us, growing up, to, if they, you're American and stand separate. They even have a systemic way of doing that separation amongst people of the diaspora and just Black Americans, and only to grow up and have a conversation with my fellow Americans. My best friend is a Black American. Ben, you are a DJ X3C, you are like, and for us to have the conversation and really see, oh, it's America that pit us against each other. Black people, and what they wanted to make you understand is that you're different. You're the type of Black that's different. You're the good Black. You're American Black. And that other Black, even though that was born in America, it's not the same as you. It's not the same as you. They're coming to steal your
divide
job.
And conquer.
Yes. So the same conversations that we hear them telling us as a whole, that we hear them telling immigrants, period, they want for Black Americans to do the same thing. They want that. And that's what it is. Divide and conquer. And that is where, I'm glad that we have these platforms so that we can have the conversations and realize that is not the case. Hey, we understand that when we walk outside, Black, that's all they see. It's Black. And we get disrespected already with that. Now they want us to be disrespected again for being immigrants. We just get disrespected all across the board. And that's why I say, I think because being the first free Black republic in the world, that we should be honored as such. And if they're not going to honor us, we're going to honor us. And it should be part of critical race theory about the true story of Haitians and the true story of when Christopher Columbus settled in Haiti, right? And what he actually did there. Read that book, guys. The lies my teacher told me, and you'll definitely hear the account, and you'll be enlightened to know the truth. But with that being said, the next clip that I wanted to pull up on is Wanda of L'Union Suite. You guys head over to Instagram and follow L'Union Suite if you want all your things Haitian outside of the stories that are just, oh, look what's happening in Haiti, fires, death, all that stuff. There are actually good stories and good content and beautiful photos coming out of Haiti that they actually exist. But she actually holds the conversation about how Haitians are perceived in the media. Let's take a look.
We're not just the poorest this and the poorest that. We're not just, the 15 or 30-second clips you see on CNN and these other media platforms where something is going on and it trends for a week or two and then it disappears. We're more than that. Like, yes, we have all these things going on in our country, but we have people like Gerline, like she said, that's on the ground doing the work. There's entertainment figures like Jimmy, that is Haitian, that's, winning awards and doing the things that he's doing. A lot of times when people talk about Haitian, you're only hearing the negative. You have everyday heroes, everyday Haitians that's breaking records, making history in all these different areas. And a lot of times, because it doesn't say Haitian, it just says Black, a lot of people don't know these are our people. Like, these are people that grew up in, small towns and rural towns in Haiti that have gone on, immigrants that's gone on to do these amazing things. And I feel like it's become my responsibility to make sure that we are forever not just saying we're Black this, we're Black that, but what that means. We're keeping the information in the media. We're sharing the everyday stories. We're sharing.
Yep. And that's exactly what I was just discussing, that is, shoot, that's my duty. Even if I'm not here on our channel every day discussing Haiti, on my, my Twitter, I'm sharing a story, maybe positive, maybe something that's going on now, on my stories on Instagram. Because if you follow me, you will know, right? Because we're gonna have to. That is our job. I think all of us who are coming from the diaspora when it comes to Haiti, just like all of us, even me who is American here, it's our duty, for you guys who are here with me to share our Black history, because even Black American history is at the bottom when it's people are scared of it.
That's right.
They're afraid of it. So it's our duty to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because my kids that I'm going to have one day, my little big head kids, they are going to know their history correctly, where they come from. They're going to know that it's time for Haiti to throw out them damn books talking about Christopher Columbus discovered Haiti, that they're giving to the kids. They're going to know the truth about being Black and the beauty, not only our history of living in slave homes, which is a part of our history, right? But not only that, of our history of coming from kings and queens, not only our history of that, we're going to know it all through and through, from every generation to every generation.
That's right.
There's a story there. That's how beautiful being Black is. My God, it's a beautiful day to be a Black person.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
To be
it's
Black.
A beautiful day for a neighbor.
Hello. And here we have Uncito. He said something very, very important in the last clip. He said about something is going to turn around. I feel that in my shana now. Something is going to turn around when it comes to Haiti. It's and people's perceptions of Haiti because of us. Something is going to turn around. And for a long time, they had their foots on their feet on our necks. And with our history and who we are, it's like our ancestors would be confused at the way that we are living today when it comes to Haiti. But there is something so much more that's about to happen. Let's take a listen.
Okay.
That Haiti was forced to pay for its independence and the legacy of that injustice. In the second, or the non-accidental events by foreign actors that have caused and not just influence Haiti's current situation. Haiti was supposed to be, as I mentioned before, a safe haven for again, all people, Black people, to seek refuge whenever they were being persecuted, and whether they are affected by disasters. But what's important and very interesting is that I don't think our ancestors ever imagined that today Haitians would be seeking refuge in other lands, right? Gerlin was telling us about all the work that she's been doing. Like our ancestors could, if they were hearing that today, they would not even comprehend it. That's not the country that they had built and left behind for us. So to me, giving all this context, what I would like folks to know is that Haiti is in the process of becoming what it's always meant to be.
In the process.
I wish we had some more of that right there. I felt that in my shining eye.
You felt that last line too?
Yes. I'm like, give me some more. Haiti is in the we're going to be what we always were meant to be, right? And that is what we already are, and what the rest of the world has to catch up on, because there's something that pushes us to continue to be so strong in the midst of everything that's happening. There are people on the ground that are doing work. But what the media does is only go to the places that are very, very hurt, very, very behind on times, very, very just showing people who aren't smiling, people who are devastated. Yes, our government is broken. Yes, these things are all a part of what's happening. But there is a lot that has to do with not only the media's perception in other countries of Haiti, but America's interference, Europe's interference into Haiti's business, and placing them in many places where they are forced to give up rights, give up money, or coming into the country and blindly and putting the blindfold over the Haitian people's eyes and taking from them. And that's a history that we know, even with Christopher Columbus. If we go into the history, we'll know that he documented the people of Haiti at the time, the originals on the island of Haiti when he pulled up, as people who were so nice, who wanted to give and give gold, and did this whole dinner and lunch for them. And in that time, they killed them off. They put them in chains and took their gold, took everything that they were giving them. And that's what we usually do as Haitians. But the same breath, we also are people who will fight. We will push, and we will take what's given to us. It's not that Haitians want to leave the country. The country is beautiful, but right now it is just a place that is unlivable for many in certain areas of Haiti. So telling them that the seeking refuge, seeking asylum here in America, the land of the free, which is told to them that it's the land of the free, the land of opportunity, and telling them that they need to stay in their country, go back to your land, or you don't belong here, is just a turn of events, because it's like, hey, Haiti has been a place that has assisted many other countries. If we look at a lot of Latin flags, we will see that red and that blue on the flag, because we helped a lot of countries gain their independence.
Yep.
Haiti did that. And also in the same breath, my dad has always told me this story since we were younger. There were countries in Europe, like Germany, who a lot of Germans who needed to seek refuge during the time of the Holocaust and things like that, to come over to Haiti and find safety. So there are areas on the high mountains where we'll see areas where Germans are living, or I believe the Polish or different people like that who are actually living in Haiti till this day. And yes, and that is a thing too. So there are a lot of people that you'll see with Haitians. I used to have my cousin's best friend, who we called our brother, who we were raised with, who was white, who was raised out of Haiti, and that wasn't nothing weird. It wasn't anything weird to me. But every time I would introduce them to my other Haitian friends, I'd be like, "Why is this white man speaking full Creole in your house?" Because there's history. There's history of Haiti saving his family, Haiti protecting his family from being killed off. So understand that Haiti has a lot of has helped a lot of people, has been the factor
of the United States.
Of the United States
in the Revolutionary War. There's no United States of America without Haiti.
Chicago, it wouldn't be these areas and places without Haitians influence, without Haiti itself. So, as I've said in our 2017 clip of me getting Donald Trump together, put some respect on Haiti's name.